we'll see Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles as they take on Dak Prescott and the defending NFC East champs, the Dallas Cowboys. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys take over with their fourth-year quarterback, Dak Prescott, at the helm. The passing yards a career high last year, close to 3,900, but protection was a problem for Dak Prescott. His 56 sacks taken were one fewer than his previous 2 years combined. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Boy, you got to think that having the 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. And you think to last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swaim, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. But Witten back out there and doing his thing again. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. This to Jarwin. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Let's go, boys. That's good for our Cowboys.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Watch the end.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup of 6 there on first down. On second down, Elliott. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. A look now at the defensive starters for Philadelphia. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
He's checking
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. Cooper was the intended target. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw is Wentz. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. The numbers for Jeffrey from last week: 4 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, it's complete. It's Sproles.
Let's go, baby.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. They'll run it with Sproles. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4 down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. On first, they go right back to Howard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Sproles. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz goes underneath for Sproles. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Wentz. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Wentz to throw. That's to his running back, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Elliott. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Prescott, complete to Jason Witten. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Here's Prescott. Got to say, it was a little... It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott yet again. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see, great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Well, we've got a good divisional battle here tonight in the NFC East. Tomorrow night, we get one in the AFC East. The Patriots and the Jets. Monday Night Football, MetLife Stadium. Coverage at 8:15 Eastern Time. Wentz now on 1st down. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A dump off to Sproles. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And complete to Zach Ertz. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught by Jackson. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
We play to win. Let's go.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Wentz's throw into the hands of Aguilar. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Wentz. And he finds Howard complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On play action, it's Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches, and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. Here's Austin. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Elliott.
Let's go. Come on.
So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Baby, let's go.
Waiting.
55. And let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown, but no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you'd think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To the air again, Prescott. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll throw again. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Watch the screen. Check the
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, they run with Howard. And down inside the 15 he goes. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Running with Howard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Now Howard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Elliott puts this one through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Complete to Jason Witten. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw. Completes it to Jason Witten. A gain of 6 there on 1st. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. He's back to throw. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
We got 4. We got 4.
And they will take a knee here. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on